Some years ago, I was working a special detail. There's a bridge. There's some homeless people that live under this bridge. And every weekend we would run details, we would run special operations, we would run saturations. And under this bridge, church, there are some people who are homeless. Under this bridge, there are some people who are destitute. Under this bridge, there are some people who have fallen down on their luck. Amen. And let me just stop and just say, right before I go with any more of my messages, some of us are whining and complaining and always got something bad to say. And every last one of us out here in our car and in the parking lot on this morning have somewhere to lay your head. Everyone that's in this parking lot, I believe this morning, had something to put in your belly this morning. These men and women are under the bridge. They're laid up. They're covered up with blankets. They have baskets that's tied to them. That's all the belonging that they have in their life. And so I remember passing by there day in and day out. Even when I wasn't working, I was passed by there. I would see them under the bridge. And so this one particular day, I decided to stop. Amen. And when I was beginning to stop, a lot of them did not want to speak to me, understandably so. But there was one guy who was real joyful. He was joyful about being under a bridge without having nowhere to lay his head, not knowing where his next meal was going to come from. This one particular guy, he came up to me and he was happier than I was. Lord have mercy. And I couldn't understand that, brother, women. I couldn't understand how could this man be so happy living under a bridge. Are y'all with me this morning? And this man began to tell me about how he lost his family in a car accident and how he lost all of his possession because he went into a deep state of depression. And he began to tell me about how his life ended him up where he was. And it was very interesting to me. It's because this man was happier than I was. This man was more joyful than I was. This man was more joyful than a person that have a house sitting on a hill with a Cadillac in the yard, with a Mercedes in the yard. And I asked him, I said, sir, if you don't mind, could you please tell me why are you so happy and how did you get to this place? This man began to tell me that he thought about taking his life before. But one day, amen, he went into a church building, Lord have mercy, and the preacher was preaching that if you hold on to God's unchanging hand, that God will never leave you, nor will he forsake you. He said, now, I need you to understand, officer. He said, I know I don't have material stuff. I know I don't have a house. I know I don't have a car. I know most of the time I don't know where my food is going to come from. But can I tell you this evening? I want to let you know, officer. He said, one thing that I have is that I know that I have Jesus. And as long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else.